Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Poor Man's Trading. Of course, this is Troy, and it's Friday. It is April 25th, 2025. We're going to see how our week ends this week. Now, officially, trading is still going on. It's 11:42 a.m. my time. Trading closes at 3 p.m. Uh, now, I want to reiterate for anybody who's new to this video or finds this video. Um, what I'm doing, I am taking stocks with very little capital. I started with $15 in capital when I started trading, and I have been building my system, how I do trades, and I've been doing wrong things and right things and learning. And I want to take my knowledge that I know, that I have figured out, and I have taken from other people, and just showed what I'm doing so other people can copy it exactly if they want, or they can use parts of it. I just want to spread the knowledge out there. But first thing I do is build your capital daily. I do this myself by going out and doing online surveys. I do this, you know, on a daily basis. I actually have a record of, I think I'm on day 37 or 38 in a row. I have missed, in the last few years, but I'm on like day 38 in a row of doing at least one survey. But that's how I build my capital. Like I said, you can build your capital however you find a way of making extra money. If you have a job and you can work extra hours, use the time for the extra hours as your capital. Use If you have a place where you can collect cans, collect metal, and turn that in, and that's your little extra money. Do that. If you want to bake cookies and sell them to make capital, do that. You can't make money work for you if you don't have money. And since this is poor man trading, I'm showing how to start with $15, $20, and start trading in the stock market while continuing to build the capital. The capital is the money you first invest. So occasionally, when you hit that $15 or $20 mark again, you'll invest that money. But that money, with my system, will gain you approximately 1% per week. Now, I'm 3 weeks into filming this system and perfecting it, and I have, I believe, hit our goal every week. Um, so just do that. That's a habit building. Building a habit of building your capital daily. How did I work on my capital today? What do I need to do? So that you are working for yourself, on yourself. When you invest in stocks, you are working for yourself, and you're making the money you earned and put into them make money for you. So the very first $15 I put in back in September 2022, that $15 has now earned me more money and more money and more money and more money. So for the time it took me to get that $15, that time is now paid for itself. I am currently now, as I tell people, I did change programs. I am now with Charles Schwab. I was with a different trading platform, but because they did not show live results and things didn't move fast enough, it was going very, very slow. The only thing I could really earn was dividends. And I'm not really after the dividends. Dividends are great if you have to hold on to a stock. But I don't need the dividends. I want, you know, 1 to 3% from what I purchased it to where I sell it. So for stocks, I have $227 for trading this week. This is my capital. When I first started this 2 weeks ago, I think it was at 223. And the next week we added $2 to make it 225. And the next week we added $2 to make it 227. And And this week it looks like we're going to add at least another $2 because we've earned $2.80. Plus we have 77 cents left over from last week. So it looks like this week we're going to add $3 to it. But I digress. Let's go back to here. Keeping your own records. Very important. If you've watched any of my prior videos, you've seen where I've caught things I did wrong. I recorded it wrong. Or I thought I forgot to do something on the trading platform and I went and fixed it. Because if you have two sources with the same information, anytime there's a differential, you're able to say, okay, what happened? Where's it different? If Thinkorswim here, the platform through Charles Schwab, tells me I own 3 stocks of this certain company, and I'm like, hey, I thought I sold those, and I go over here to this, and it says, oh, you own 4 stocks. Well, that tells me when I sold them, I only sold 1. I forgot to change the number. So it's very important for you to keep records of what you're doing. Also, so that when things happen, you can analyze it and say, was that a good choice? Was that a bad choice? What can I improve on? What could I not do again? Take time to invest in yourself. Nobody could be more investing in money than you are. Per the words of James from the 10-Minute Trader. No one is more invested in your money than you. You could give your money to someone else to invest for you and collect the dividends and a little bit of interest here and there. Now, let's see. The next item. Set your expectations and goals. Well, like I said, my expectations are that I earn 1% of what I invest per week. That's what I expect. My goal is that to hit the 1% per week. My ultimate goal is to hit $4,000 in tradable money, so that $2,000 I can do in the stocks that I'm doing now, and put the first $2,000 into trading options. I'm learning about options and how that works. So, but you have to have so much funds before trading partners allow you to do it. You need, I think, at least $2,000 before Charles Schwab will let you start trading the options. Stay positive and build your system. Sometimes you're like, oh, this isn't quite, this is a struggle. I've only got $15 right now. It took me a while to get that, and I'm putting it here, and I'm not seeing a lot. What you're seeing is small steps, and you're seeing self-growth. And you might start with $15 or $20 in a stock, and in a month, you now have another $20 to put in. So now you've got $40 in capital, plus whatever that interest or whatever earnings you got from the first $20 if you've been playing the game long enough. I could take $20 and in a week, turn that into 80 cents to a dollar. Well, now I've got $21 plus a new 20. That's $41 to put in the stock market. If I could do a 1% off of $41 for 4 weeks or a month, well, that $41 is now 40. Let's see, that'd be 40 cents per week. That would be $1.60. So let's say we add a dollar. So now it's $42 plus I'm adding 20 the next month. Now I'm at 62. That 62 I'm going to turn into 64 or 65 in month after the end of month 3. And the thing is that first 20 has now earned probably about, let's say in 3 months, 12%. So your first $20 has gained 12% in 3 months. Your first $20 in a year will be $30. Will gain 50%. So your very, very first month, that very first $20 you put in, if everything goes good and you follow the routines and you build yourself a routine and keep on top of it, you can turn that first $20 into 30. The next year, that $30 will become 45. So at $20 in 2 years' time is now $45. You've doubled your money and plus some in 2 years for that first 20. You just have to stick with it. You have to work on it. You have to take time. You have to invest in yourself and put a little time each day learning and researching stuff and practicing. You can do it. I'm doing it. Others can do it too. Rules of investing. Rules of investing are the things that you create on how you are going to invest. Me, these are my 5 rules that I follow. You are more than welcome to use them as well. You don't have to. But one, I never sell for less. If I buy a stock at a certain price, I add 1% to that price. That's the amount I need to sell it for or get out of it. I will not sell it for less. I will hold on to it. I am willing to hold on to the stock. I bought DBI, right? Or let's go BRY because I only have one of those. BRY, I bought it for 336. My target is 340. 4 cents out of it. That's about 1%. A little over 1% because it's 336. So I need $3.40. I won't sell it till it hits at least that amount. That takes me to number 2. Only deal in stocks that have dividends. The reason this is that this stock right here, we are looking at BRY, pays dividends. 4 times a year they have paid dividends. 3 cents, 3 cents, 17 cents, and over here it was 12 cents. Now, the reason I want dividends is if I can't sell it for my marked amount, which I show is 340, because it dropped during the tariff scare and it's slowly coming back. If I'm having to hold on for that long, I want dividends to say here's a reward for holding on, for owning our business, for owning part of our company. Here is your share of the profits. Plus, let's say they pay me 3 cents on the next dividends. Let's say I'm holding them so long, their dividends come out, they pay 3 cents. Okay, what happens is you're going to see it on my paper. I'm going to mark it down that they paid 3 cents. I can now lower their target value to $3.37, meaning that I will sell it at that price because I got 3 cents out of it, of the 4 that I need. So I don't have to keep holding it. Every time they pay dividends, that target price will drop. So if a stock just did not perform as I had suspected or predicted, which the tariffs really did kind of mess up me that week, everything down here is low. This one's actually below the target price because I want 4 cents out of it. They paid 5 in dividends, so I will sell them cheaper than I got them because I got 5 cents already out of it. If it doesn't hit this price and they pay dividends again, then I get to deduct it. I'm trying to free up the money I invested. In the stock market, when money is moving, money is being made. If my money is sitting on a stock, it's not making me any money. They haven't hit my 1%. I haven't gotten anything out of them. I don't want to hold them to get dividends. I don't want to be paid once every 3 months. I want to be paid every week. Now, let's go back over here real quick to, stocks must have some history. You'll see stocks when you're going through your list and you're building what you want to invest in and how you set up your system. You're going to see stocks that don't have a lot of history. They're not even a year old. I don't deal with those. They have to have at least 1 year. I also say that stocks must have a good volume of trading. What consists of good volume of trading is, for me, I like to see a good 100,000 shares traded daily on average. That means that there's enough people buying and selling it that there's your hard duty stock buyers who research a company, say I like this company, I'm going to buy them and get some dividends off of them and support them. You know, and so they're buying large quantities of shares just for that purpose. And then you have ones like me who are coming in, holding on for a little while. Then you have your day traders. Stocks should show the start of an uptrend. I like to see that curve, as you'll see on my graph, a small slope going up. If it goes up too rapidly, there you could catch it and keep the skyrocketing going and get your 1% out real quick. I try not to buy a stock and sell it the same day because that's day trading, and you can get hit pretty, penalized for that if you don't have a certain amount of money in your account freed up. So here it shows that I have $56.48 free to do trading with. Just so you guys see. Now today I'm probably not going to buy anything. I'm trying to consolidate my cash back and start reinvesting. This weekend I'll look at the stocks, put in a market purchase order for Monday. So now this one has the uptrend. It is going up. Unfortunately, I've already bought into it. The market is 340 to sell it. It will automatically sell at 348 at 3% of what I paid for it. Yeah. So I bought it at 336. At 3% of that, it'll automatically sell for me. I don't even have to worry about it. The reason I have these in here is that this is if I'm online watching, have this program on, and it'll ding for me and say, hey, your stock is at the price that you live at least 1% gain. Would you like to sell it now? But if I'm not around and it somehow shoots up here, it's going to sell it for me automatically at a 3% gain because I told it to. I said, hey, at this price, sell my share. 3% I'm happy with. I'm not trying to get rich right away. I'm trying to get rich steadily. So what we're doing today is we're just going to go through everything that I currently have shares on, see if there's anything we need to sell to get the end week profits. And we see that BRY is still way below its mark. DBI is still way below down here. It's steadily coming up, but that's this long road. Alright, ACCO. It's making some climbs. Today it looks to be leveling off though. Nah, this one I saw was going down. I'm not happy about that one. I don't know. I mean, this was the terror skiers, but this was just a bad call on my part. Because I bought it in this. I didn't wait for an upslope. I saw it one day, I bought it, and then oopsie. Okay. COHN is getting close. It is working its way back up from the tariff scares and the dropping. So hopefully next week I will be able to free up the funds I have tied up in there. Looks like it's at $8.20. I need it to be at 8.45 for a 1% gain. ARI did some weird thing today. Somebody opened it up higher and it dropped in price. But maybe tomorrow, Monday or this week, it'll do one of them big jumps again and get within my range. AFCG looks to be kind of leveling out today. It's sitting right here, opened where it was ended, and it's still just sitting right here. ASRV. Well, it opened that day right here above it, but I didn't have it on, so I didn't hear it. I didn't know it did this, and then it immediately started dropping in price that day. Slowly making a comeback, but now it's kind of leveled out. So we'll have to hold on for that one. Looks like they did a meeting to see how much, what did they declare? That they earned 12 cents per share. I wonder how much dividends they'll say. I'll look up ASRV a little bit later. Okay, BDN is trying to make a comeback. It's still got that upslope. One day it jumped up here. Someone bought it or something way high. People started selling it. They saw an opportunity. But slowly making the grain back. Okay. Not going to do anything with that today. Not going to do anything with that. It's still making its comeback. We're far away from that one too. This one had us a chance, though be it small, to come up into the line. And this one has leveled out. Came up, come out, leveled out today. Maybe next week I'll go back up some more. Let's see. Yeah, I might have missed the boat on that one. And these things happen. I might have missed the boat on that one. Got in too late. Gonna have to wait and ride it out. So I will look up AQN. And we'll do there was the other one. What was the other one? No. Yes. ASRV. AQN ASRV. So we're not going to do any more selling today. It looks like we're not going to, unless something happens drastically in the next 3 hours. I have 2 hours and 56 minutes left. The markets are open this week. It looks like we're going to be taking. Oh, I also have to report this 9 cents that I earned. 0.09. $2.89 this week. If that holds true, we add the 77 cents left over. That gives us a $3.66. For every dollar, I take a dollar, put it over here. I put 10 cents over to the self-pay. That means we would take $3.30, add $3 to the capital investments, and add 30 cents to the self-pay, leaving 36 cents left over. So at 3 o'clock, I can finalize that. But that's what it looks like. It looks like we made 289. Now, 2.89 divided by, we wanted $2.27, 2.27. It means we're going to end the week with 1.27% profit. Pretty good. Now I think the next $2 I add in, the next $3 I add in will still be in the $5 group. Because it needs $100. And this one needs $5. Okay. So when this one gets to 100, then I start adding the money to the $15. So let me explain what I'm doing here. This first, this is what I call my pyramid. These are the dollar values of the stocks: $5, $10, $15, up to. My first $15, I invest $15 into the $5 stocks, but it had to be within 3 different stocks. So I could buy one $5 stock of one company, one $5 stock of another one, or if I found a company that had a value of $2.50, I could buy 2 shares of that, but I could only invest up to $5 in one stock because I needed 3 stocks. That way I diversify. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. The next time I added money, I added, I think, another $15. Now it was put $20 into the $5 group in between four different stocks, but the $10 put into one stock of $10 value. And then I sit here and I did every $15 I added capital. If you can make yourself, $20 a month, $30 a month, you can do your own pyramid and say, okay, every time I add more capital, this is how I'm going to separate it. If you watched one of my previous videos, I just did my 20. Uh, I just did my 20s list, although I'm far away from it. I showed people how I create my list of stocks. As I said, I do stocks that have dividends, and I require them now to pay 4 dividends a year, quarterly. If they don't do that, then I don't invest in them. I believe that if you own a stock, you own a share of a company, you should get part of the profits. You're not going to get them all. They need part of them to keep operating, to expand and grow, but you should get something. So right now I'm at the 225 level. That means $90 into six stocks or more at the $5 level, $90 in the $10 stocks at four different types, and $45 at the 15 level between three. Let's go see. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the $10 level. That's why I'm trying to combine my money back in. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the $5 level. I'm trying to. There you go. This is twice by accident because I bought one share. No, at one price, bought another share at this price, not realizing I'd already bought the company before. So this shows you at this group I have $92 that I'm supposed to be able to invest in, and right now I have 73.73 invested. So that gives me what, 83, 90, almost $20, $19 and something to invest by Monday into the $5 group. This one doesn't have much change. This one looks like I'm gonna have about $14, $13 or something. So I'll find a stock that it fits this criteria. Wait, did I sell this one too? I did. I've got more out there. Hold on. That one needs to be gone. Okay. Now I only have $12.42. So the $15 stocks, I need two different stocks because I have to have three, right? I need to have three. Yes. I need to diversify into three different companies. So I need to find two stocks in the $15 range or less, and at least one stock that I need to put all this into one stock because I've got more than six. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I'm diversified enough here. I can say, hey, I've got $19. I can buy as many shares up to $19 worth into one stock if I find a really good one. But I am. This right here just keeps me. This diversifying just keeps me. You know, gives me a safeguard from one stock holding all my money and dropping like some of them have with the tariffs and sitting there. It's unlikely that you'll have, I'm invested now six or more. One, two, three, four, five. And I have six holding my money. Possibly seven. Although this one's not doing too bad. Buy, 41. Oh yeah, it is. It's GRNT is doing bad. That's right. There was one that's pretty close, but not quite. Now I said I was gonna go look up a company, and this is part of the learning. You know, taking time for yourself. we're going to do is, I can't really name it right now. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we'll go with Yahoo Financial then. No. There we go. Let's go see what Yahoo Financial tells you about a company. That's a good thing to know. You know, you got to find your sources, what you'd like to use. We said we're going to ASRV. Okay, ASRV. Here we go. Ameriserval Financial Incorporated. Right now it's at $2.29.85. PE ratio is 10.45. What that means is you would need to own 10.5 shares for the dividends to pay you for the value of one share. The lower that number, the better. But that's pretty good. Um, that's their summary. Let's go see if there's any news on them. So the first quarter they got 12 cents per share, which versus their 11 cents a share from the first quarter last year. So a little bit of increase, a little bit of profit increase. Okay. Statistics. Now this I'm kind of new on. Trailing PE is 10.64. Now I believe that was, that's what it's estimated at right now. Price on the sales that they're earning is 0.72. Price in the books, this is like their cash flow, is 35 cents a share. But what I want to find out is there's supposed to be a date when they actually declare their but I can't find it on this site. That part's locked because I'm not paying for it. Ah, calendar. Let's go look on calendar. Maybe they. There were 644 earnings declared. This is for all these stocks. A big old list. Not what I'm looking for though. Maybe it's FinBiz. Yes, FinViz. That's the one I was looking for. I can. This is another one you're gonna want to know about. Okay, ASRV. The only thing about this one is there's a lot of ads. To pay for their. Here we go. Dividend experience date. So you have to hold this on or before May 5th to get the next dividends. They're expecting 12 cents or 5.16% of the stock value. That's their expectation. So, here's another hint for buying stocks. Buy stock around this date that week because usually the stock value will go up. People will buy it right before the dividends hit or before that date so that they can get the dividends out of it. There are companies and stuff and brokers and investors that do that so they get the dividends, and whoever their um, clients are, they can share with, or sometimes themselves. You know, individuals do that. They want the dividends as a constant flow of cash because hey, true rich people, true millionaires, billionaires have more than one source of income. Even I have some ETFs out there. That's why mine shows 300 something dollars. Is I have some funds that came over from the other company I used to trade with. So I have a little bit of money in those that gain me interest every month or 3 months. Now I don't know what all these are things I'm going to learn. Now what does this stand for? Short outstanding, short float, short ratio. I'm not sure. 32-week range. Well, it's traded between $2.03 and $3.06. Well, that's kind of good to know. That's nice to know. So if it's trading really close to the top, you don't want it. If it's trading real close to the bottom, you need to go see if there's an uptrend going. Is it leaving the bottom and going up? So yeah, Yahoo Financial, FinBiz was pretty good. There's some other ones that I've run across. I'm still kind of testing them out because you can get different information from different sites for your different purposes. And then there was another one down at the bottom. See that website though is lagging my computer. That's the only thing I don't like about FinViz is their ads have actually dragged down. See that? I haven't done anything, but it's still going and going and going. So, all right, AQN. Oh yeah, you're running slowly because of another program, not because of you. Let's go with the AQN just to look them up. Okay, it's a power equity. Utilities company. Okay. Okay, their last day was March 31st, 2025. They have not set a new one yet. They estimated it to be 26 cents. The last 12 months trailing was 30 cents. Well, that's not good. It's going down. We're gonna exit this page and say, yeah, it's causing issues. Okay. Usually, yeah, that's worse than usual. So they've got something on there just dragging it. I'll find other ones to use for you guys, or if someone runs across this and actually knows of another site that we can get information from, please share it in the comments. But I do appreciate people watching this. If you have any questions or comments, do leave them. I will get, if I